What I like to do every Sunday now is I like to kind of do a weekly recap of the biggest events, the big things that happens. Now, I'm sure I'll miss things from time to time, so be sure to send me a Discord message, send me a DM, or comment below, and kind of let me know what topics I should talk about in the following week. But for right now, I got a few updates or things that happened this week that I want to talk about. Now I'll kind of bring to you for our weekly recap. So, without further ado, our first one, the big one that I've been interested in, the Summer Medleyfaire, the big summer event update dropped for New World. So many different updates come out with this. Musical instruments is one of the main things that happen, man. You're finding people playing music everywhere, okay? Everywhere. It's kind of cool, though. It does give you buffs. You have 5 different instruments that you can play, and playing different songs give you different buffs. So it's kind of a cool concept. It's a cool addition. And the songs don't sound too bad. They sound pretty cool. Another update coming out with the summer event is the Barnacles and Black Powder New Expedition. That is not out yet. That is coming out next week. So they're kind of soft releasing it in spots now. Oh, you're like a little bard now? Yeah, basically. Yeah, so you have 5 different instruments that you can play. How do you even play on the browser? Play what on the browser? The website? What am I missing? Oh, Wordle? Yeah. But yeah, so you have 5 different instruments that you can play, and you can play a single part, or you can group up with people to do more complex songs where they each have their own part to play and kind of make like a little band. And again, each song that you play has different, it actually says it right here. Songs that you have different things that you can use, like gathering luck, gathering yield, a character XP bonus, territory standing, etc. So it's very cool. But the Barnacles of the Black Powder Expedition does come out next week. They're kind of releasing it in strides. That's going to be interesting. It's a pirate-themed expedition. Looks real fun. Just overall enhancements, one of the big things, too. If you run expeditions in New World, they're going to have Expedition Finder. That actually got delayed like recently, today, I think. Today or yesterday. It got delayed. It's not working properly, so they want to make sure that all the bugs are worked out before it releases. It was going to release next week with the Barnacles and Black Powder update, but it is not now. So it'll come out just as soon as it's ready, basically. Tuning orb removal. Yeah, I mean, that you got rid of. Now you can kind of run expeditions as much as you want. You have a limited amount you can run them, but you can just go and start an expedition without having to get an orb for it. Instant wars, loot rebalanced, perks that have been reworked. Loot quality is a big thing that's happened. Bonus loot drops. Perfect salvage is really cool. Now when you actually salvage your materials, you get better scraps from them, and you get to use those scraps and then cash in on, more things. So it's actually really cool. Really cool. But yeah, other than that, just overall, balances and quality of life changes for New World. So if you are into New World, tell me what you think about all the changes coming up and what's going to happen with it. The next topic that I have that we want to talk about, for those of you that kind of follow Dr. Disrespect and his new Midnight Society gaming company, they have released, I'll kind of play this in the background here while I'm talking about it. Dr. Disrespect has released his kind of a first look at his new game, okay? Now, it's not really a huge release. It's more of like the firing range that got released. But I don't think they meant to kind of release content. They more meant to release like the direction, step by step, giving everybody proper feedback and a chance to actually, let the developers know what they think of the game, what they can change moving forward. So this is more of like a firing range that they released in the game, so we don't know a lot yet. What I think is really cool here, and I hope he does it right now in this trailer. Over the left right there, yeah, you see the little mannequin. Oh, perfect. You see the mannequin. We shoot him. See that? You see how all like the armor pieces fall off. What I'm hoping is that when you're actually like shooting people, kind of like in, Apex Legends, they have armor that they can wear. Call of Duty Warzone, the plates they put in, right? Well, I hope in this game, you can still have armor like the plates that you put on, but as you take damage and as you get shot, you lose pieces of that armor set. You know what I'm saying? So aesthetically, it would look really cool. Armor pieces flying off, but then also that would then counter your integrity of your armor. You know what I'm saying? You would have weak spots in your armor until you fully replaced it. I think for a demo, it looks pretty cool. Yeah. Like I think, so what they're calling it is they're calling it a VES, a vertical, what was that word? Vertical elemental shooter? No, I don't. It's basically it's a vertical BR. So like basically what the whole point of this game is, it's working on verticality and going to different levels and going up buildings and scaling buildings, going up floors, things like that. So it's it's a vertical extraction shooter. That's what it was. So it plays like Escape from Tarkov, the cycle. If you ever played those types of games where you go in, you have to get loot, you have to get like materials and things, and then get extracted out. See? So it's a vertical extraction shooter. That's what I was missing the. Oh yeah, so it kind of plays like Tarkov and mixed with a little, Call of Duty aspects, and so it looks pretty interesting. It looks pretty cool. I've never really played an extraction shooter like Tarkov or anything, but I would be interested to see the direction of this game and how it turns out. But for right now, I think it looks fine. Like, I think it looks great. I'll skip ahead a little bit. Just kind of show you some other things. Again, they're not going to show anything. It's more of a firing range that they're going to show you. But yeah, I think for it just being basic right now, not a lot of content, I'm sure they'll take feedback from people and be like, hey, change this, make this more smooth and whatever. This game isn't even close to being released, right? This is just more saying, hey, this is where we're at so far, just to give you guys a little taste. What do you guys think? You know what I'm saying? So I think so far it's got promise. I like the aesthetics of it. It's kind of like a construction warehouse. Right there. You see that? You see different pieces flying off. Like, I think it looks cool, I think it's got a lot of promise to it. Dark zones, light zones. I think the lighting looks pretty good on it. So it's not too shaded. The transition between light to dark zones look good so far. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Reloads look cool. But yeah, so what do you guys think of Dr. Disrespect new game? It's called Deadrop. And again, it's going to be a vertical extraction shooter. So a BR of sorts with the Tarkov elements of the extraction. So you have to make it out with loot or in a certain time limit. The next topic that I want to talk about that I have for you guys in our weekly recap, a game that just came out, but a great community game, Multiversus. It's just like Smash Bros. Brawl, right? It's set up exactly like that. It's WB's version of it, so you have all the WB characters that are in it. You have Batman, Shaggy, you have Rick and Morty, you have like Tasmanian Devil, Bugs Bunny, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of new, a lot of cool characters like that you would face. Well, the character that just got dropped in it is LeBron James.
Time for the main event. Let's get it.
Can't dog this, dog.
But the footsteps are gonna be loud. I'll do the Bean Boozle for sure. Just a minute.
Batman and LeBron sounds good to me. That's all, folks.
What zoinks? What a matchup.
Check that. Showtime. Up. Boom!
Yep. Just dropped earlier this week.
Block him, Bunny.
It's gonna hurt in the morning.
I got you, Bug.
It actually plays really well. So I played a lot of it recently, and it actually plays really well. It's very fluid. Like, I think it's a fun game, and the ability. More left. Oh no. Okay. It is free to play, and all the different characters in it, the synergy between them. This is either going to be Pomegranate or Old Bandage, so keep that in mind. Okay. But the synergy between the different characters are really, really interesting. I think it's a fun game. I also think it's a great community game. Nope, it's Pomegranate. I would know Old Bandage. That would be a huge, like, plastic taste, but no, it's Pomegranate. So it's not terrible, but it's not good either. But it's a free-to-play game. I recommend it's a good community game. You know what I mean? Like, since it's free to play, it's cross-platform, so you can play it on any platform. And really easy to join. You can do 4 players, 2v2, a free-for-all aspect. So I think it's kind of cool. You kind of rotate players in and out. Really, really fun game. With Multiversus, though, there's some hints being dropped. The next character might be Katana. Okay? So if you know Katana from Mortal Kombat, right? Multiversus mock-up gets attention from developer. So they're thinking, hey, Katana might be a nice entry into the Multiversus. Obviously, her skills be a lot of like the handheld weapons, flying around, ninja status. So that yes, artificial pomegranate taste. Yeah, it tastes like not good at all. But so anyway, Katana might be added for Mortal Kombat. If that's the case, man, there could be a lot more Mortal Kombat style characters. It could be added into it. Now, I thought the next one's Rick and Morty. Absolutely could be. Here's the thing. I don't think it's been fully announced yet who the next one's going to be. I just know Katana is kind of getting a lot of attention, especially from the developers, that a Mortal Kombat crossover might happen. So, but Rick and Morty might be in there as well, 100%. You know what I mean? Another topic in our weekly recap is Thor, Love and Thunder. It's been out for a couple weeks now, but it's just now hitting its money milestones. Think about this. 3 weeks later, Thor, Love and Thunder is finally making the type of money that it was supposed to make like on release. Thor, Love and Thunder got a lot of bad reviews right out the gate. It got a lot of hate, if you will. I won't dive into why it got a lot of hate, but it did. Didn't quite make the money that they thought it would make, but now it's starting to make a little bit more money. I actually went and saw Thor, Love and Thunder today, and I actually really enjoyed it. So what did you guys think of the movie? I thought Gore the God Butcher, Christian Bale, did absolutely wonderful. Gosh, Christian Bale did an amazing job as Gore. I thought he was awesome. I will say though that some of the lines in Thor, Love and Thunder were robotically pushed, if that makes sense. Like, obviously, I know that movies need to have their lines rehearsed. Like, actors need to have their lines rehearsed, so it's not like a free-flowing conversation. But, like, you're an actor for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Make me think truly in a conversation. I feel like a lot of the lines were, like, robotically given, like they were memorized and just, like, recited, rather than felt, like, in the moment. You know what I'm saying? So, I kind of thought some of the acting was subpar for what I've seen in other movies. But overall, I really enjoyed it. A lot of action. I say stick around for the post-credit scenes. The first post-credit scene, woo! I mean, it's going to set up another future. It's going to really set up another future to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So if you're interested in where they're going to go next, watch Thor: Love and Thunder and watch the post-credit scene. It's going to be you're not going to want to miss that. Last topic that I want to talk about, and this actually kind of goes back to the other couple streams ago, where I was talking about this topic, and it's more kind of like my own mental health, right? I kind of feel like I've been playing a lot of video games lately, and I feel like that may have had an issue with me mentally. Well, according to research into the gameplay habits of 40,000 people that counter fears that gaming could harm mental health, playing video games has no effect on the well-being. None, you guys. So if you think playing video games affects you, no, it does not, apparently. Time spent playing video games has no effect on people's well-being. A study from University of Oxford has found countering fears that gaming could be harmful to mental health. Unlike the vast majority of previous studies on the effects of video games and the well-being, the Oxford team were able to track actual gameplay rather than relying on self-reported estimates. With the cooperation of 7 different game publishers who agreed to share data without control over publication, they were able to track the gameplay habits of almost 40,000 individual gamers, all of whom consented to join the study. Perfect. The scale of the study provided strong enough evidence for the lack of an effect on the well-being, said Andy Przybylski. With 40,000 observations across 6 weeks, we really gave increases and decreases in video game fair chance to predict emotional states and life satisfaction. And we didn't find evidence for that. We found evidence that that's not true in a practically significant way. I mean, what do you guys think, huh? What is important is the mindset that people have as they approach games. Oh, that's interesting. Players were asked to report their experiences on grounds such as autonomy, competence, intrinsic motivation, to unpick whether they were playing for healthy reasons, just having fun, socializing with friends, or concerning ones, as a compulsion to satisfy goals set by the game. Healthier motivation was associated with positive well-being. The study found while players who felt as if they had, quote unquote, had to play the game also tended to have worse satisfaction, regardless of how long they played. The players who felt as if they had to play the game tended to have worse satisfaction. Crazy. That's because playing games actually help and keep your mind off the real world problems. Fair. I agree with that. Crying angry baby. Hello. Welcome in. The act of playing them might not do anything but the stress buildup and the toxicity of others. I do agree with that, Ghost. The toxicity of others is also what ruined games. That's why a lot of times when I'm playing like multiplayer games, I'll turn off like the chat so I can't hear anybody else, like them trash talking or like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because that just the toxicity from that, it's like it ruins the game. Like I understand a little trash talk, like you need that competitive nature. You know what I'm saying? I 100% agree. You need the competitive nature, but there are just people that take it way too far and specifically try to like ruin your night and like ruin your day. Why? You know what I mean? It's just a video game. Get over it. Like, I don't understand why they have to be so toxic to one another. But that's why I turn the sound off so I don't have to hear them. Cyberbullying over video games. That's what I'm saying, Feisty. Absolutely. That's why I turn it out so I never hear them. You know what I mean? They could be talking crap to me and I had no idea. So yeah, I agree. Video games are great. Just some people playing them aren't. Yes. By the way, Feisty, thank you for those bits. I appreciate you. You're an absolute legend. Thank you. New badge. Oh, that's why. Let's go. Facts. I've gone through the ringer with some randos. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't get it. Like people just ruin games. I'm sure back in my competitive days, like I trash talked or I even now say something like, oh, you're trash or get worked. Like I'm done. You know what I mean? I don't like dig them into the ground. I don't kind of just, beat them down as much as I can. But all right, guys, thank you. That is our weekly recap for almost for the last full week, I guess, of July, July 24th through the 31st recap. Guys, every week, every Sunday, I will do a weekly recap, and I'll be putting it on YouTube. Well, so please get your submissions into my Discord channel. You'll see there news and videos submissions. That way it's videos I can watch on stream or news I can talk about per week. I'll try to scrounge up them things, but throughout the week, if you find something that you're like, oh, this is interesting, or oh, this is cool, or oh, you should talk about this, post it in my Discord. Talk about it every Sunday on the News Weekly Recap, brought to you by MrJGilbert.